Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my first of three-part series, Best of 2018. I'm sure all of you guys know about the Emily Awards. Emily Noel, she is another YouTuber. She does these awards every year where she kind of breaks down the best of the year by category. And in the past, I've always done like one video, Best of 2018, and it's like 45 minutes long. So I kind of was inspired to break it down into separate videos, but I didn't want to do it kind of so much in depth the way that, she goes into like best bronzers, best whatever. I'm going to just do best of face, best of eyes, best of lips, and I'm going to break it down like that. And the lip video will probably have a little bit more than lips in it because I don't think I have enough lip products to fill a whole video, but I'm probably going to do like nails, skin, like whatever other things that I loved for the year will be in that video. So for today, we're going to be doing face, all face products, things that I just loved last year. I actually tried to keep it like best new products of the year, like things that I either stumbled upon last year or that came out last year, like new products. I tried to keep it to that. There are some categories that nothing took the place of the old product that I've been using, so I'm going to stop talking. Let's just jump into it. If you guys want to see my best of 2018 face products, then keep on watching. I'm just going to start from the order that I actually apply things. So we're going to start with primer. I'm going to say right off the bat, just by looking at what's in front of me, this was the year of the drugstore, okay? This was the year of the drugstore. Like, so many products I'm going to show you today are affordable, and it was not on purpose. I really wasn't even thinking about price point when I narrowed it down. Like, when I was looking at the products that I wanted to include in this video, I was really just looking at what did I love this year? What did I keep reaching for over and over? What blew me away? What could I not stop talking about? That's how I kind of determined what was the best. So for primers, this isn't really necessarily a primer, but this is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Luminous Serum Tint. Now, what I love about this is I love matte foundations. Not like chalk matte, but like satin matte, skin-like matte. I like a matte finish because I have large pores. I've said this 1,000 times on my channel. If you're new here, hi, I have large pores. But I do, and when you have enlarged pores, dewy foundations are not the way to go. In my opinion, I feel like they really make them look bigger. So I like more of a mattifying foundation, and then I like to use other glowy products like primers and, you know, my moisturizers and things. But for this, these two combined, the Visible Lift and then the L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock Illuminating Primer. This combination, and I have just two shades here, but we don't need two shades. The combination of these two products together is amazing. Like, I have it on right now, and I have like a longwear matte foundation, which we'll talk about in a minute, on my face. And I just feel like it takes away any kind of like powdery matte look that maybe you might even get, because I like powders and I put powders on top and everything. So I love this combination. And like, this primer is not just like my favorite drugstore primer, it's like one of my favorite primers. And I actually recently did an affordable full coverage routine video, and I used this and I still love it. I mean, I've been loving it for the entire year. This is my second bottle of it. It's so good and it's affordable. Can't beat it. So that was like my best primer. The other primer that I kept using was the Dermalogica Hydro Blur Primer. I've probably mentioned that in so many videos. That is more of like a skincare thing, but on the high end, it's still like a top favorite. But what did I reach for the most? It was the L'Oreal one. So let's move on to foundation. Every single foundation I'm about to show you is drugstore. Swear to God, I did not plan that. But it just goes to show you, year of the drugstore foundations. Like, the quality of foundations that drugstore brands are putting out is on such a high-end level that it really seems silly at this point to spend a ton of money on foundations, because you really don't have to. So the first one I am going to talk about, the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. This foundation came out, I did an entire video on it. I wore this in my recent affordable full coverage routine video as well. This foundation, I was just not prepared. Not only is it long wearing, it's transfer resistant. It like will not melt off your face in the heat. It has such staying power. It looks beautiful. It is just, CoverGirl killed it with this. And I actually talked to the chief marketing officer for CoverGirl, Ukanwa Ojo. I had her on the podcast. We talked about this foundation. This is her favorite. It's my favorite. It's so, so good. If you haven't tried this foundation, you guys, there's 40 shades of this. They will have your color. I like T20 because I really like to self-tan, so I know that looks a little bit dark in there, but I'm not as self-tanned as I like to be right at this moment. But anyways, this foundation is amazing. The next one I fell in love with this year was the Superstay Full Coverage Complete Foundation from Maybelline. This one is so good. I'm wearing it right now. I actually went through all of these products in the past couple weeks just to remind myself what I loved about them. And this one is on my face right now. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to toot my own horn, but my skin looks flawless right now. Like I have days where my skin looks better than others, where I'm like, oh, my pores are less visible today than like usual. No, I don't look like I have any pores, and that's like unheard of. My skin just, everything about my face right now, I'm living for my face makeup. I just think it looks the best it possibly could ever look. And that is this foundation. Like, it's that good. It lasts forever. It's full coverage. It doesn't look chalky matte. Again, I used all these products today. Like, I used these. I put this on. So I think I actually used the bronzy one today of the Visible Lift. The shade is Amber. I used that. I used this primer on top of it. And then I used this foundation. And this is the result. I mean, it's just an amazing foundation. And I'm all about long wear. All of the foundations I'm going to tell you, they're long wear because I'm a one and done type of person. I love putting on makeup. It is my favorite part of my day, like getting to sit there and put it on. It's so like relaxing. Once I'm done, I don't want to touch it up again. I don't want to go back to it. I don't want to have to blot. I don't want to have to deal. So I'm always on a mission to look for products that can withstand the day without needing a touch up. And like the most I'm going to touch up is my lips. That's it. I don't want to have to do a single other thing. So this foundation really makes that possible. It is amazing. If you guys haven't tried it, I highly recommend. I really believe that any skin type can use any of the foundations I'm going to mention today, because I have drier skin right now and I'm using these. And they're matte foundations, so for oilier skin types, I think you can still use these. So I feel like these are really great for anybody. This one really, really surprised me. This was the Revlon Photo Ready Insta Filter Foundation. I did an entire video dedicated to all 4 of these foundations that I'm going to mention to you. So if you want to really dive deep into like the wear test and why I liked it and all that, I'll have those videos for you guys down below. This one I even did in a full coverage face-off battle against another foundation. I believe it was a high-end foundation, and this one won. So if you guys want to see that, I'll have that one down below too, because that was like, I couldn't believe it. And if I'm correct, I think it might have been the NARS Radiant Longwear. I think it beat, if I'm not mistaken, I think it beat NARS in the wear test. So this foundation is amazing. It looks like your skin, but better. So this is a really good foundation. It has such a beautiful finish. Again, if you want to see it in action, check out my video. But it is long wearing. It is full coverage. It has this thing at the end. It's like a sponge. I did kind of like that I could just apply it to my face without like a mess. And this is antimicrobial, so it doesn't get bacteria or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. So I don't know, I really like that one. And then the last one that I want to talk about that I think is worth mentioning as like the best of the year, the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. You guys, was not prepared. This is the most lightweight. I mean, for a matte long wear full coverage, it's like very like thin in texture. It does have that little like dropper for an applicator or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have a pump. It has like the dropper, which I don't like or dislike. It doesn't really matter. But it says that it's mattifying and it has a second skin effect, and I will tell you, it really does. It looks like your skin. It's so beautiful. It's like $10.99, and it wears like a high-end foundation. I have like a knot in my hair right now. Stop it. It wears like a high-end foundation. It's just so gorgeous. The only negative I will say about this one is it only has like, I don't know, 18 shades or something like that. It's like not a great shade range, and like the dark colors, there's not a lot of them. So I really hope they expand their shade range on this because it's so good. I love this. I keep reaching for it over and over and over, and you can check out that video also in the description box down below. All right, for concealer, I had two, and actually these are both high-end. Last year's winner is still my drugstore favorite, which is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. Photo Focus? Yeah, Photo Focus Concealer. That is like my favorite concealer ever. So good. But this year I had two that came out that I was like, wow, these are really good. The first one is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I reached for this over and over and over. Once I got it, it was like, I probably used this at least 6 months straight out of the year. I love this concealer. It's just so beautiful. I have it on right now. The shade I have is actually Porcelain, which when I bought it, I thought it was going to be way too light for me, but they were like sold out of every shade that I thought that I could have passed for. So I just said, screw it. I'm going to try it because I wanted to do, like I wanted to try it and test it out. I think I did a video on this actually. And the color actually worked out fine. Like it's fine. It looks fine, doesn't it? I like a little bit of a highlight in the center of my face. Not crazy, but like I like it to look highlighted. So it actually, this color was fine. But this is full coverage, but it's not super dry or matte the way that like Shape Tape is. It's just, it's got the coverage, but it's more hydrating, I feel like. So I love that. And then the other one I loved, I guess not a lot of people liked, that was the MAC Studio Fix 24-Hour Smooth Wear Concealer. This has a much thinner formula. It's not full coverage right out of the gate. It is full coverage. You can make it full coverage, which I do personally. But I like it. I think it looks very airbrushed, very beautiful, doesn't crease. I mean, any more than any other concealer on the planet, because every concealer creases on some level, but it's not, it's beautiful. I love it. It lasts a long time. I think it's great. Okay, let's move into, ooh, you know what I forgot to talk about? How? We need to take a few steps back. I forgot to talk about this. This is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This product is everything. I want to say I got this early summer, if not late spring, and I used this every single day since. Every single day for the whole year. This is my second one. This is very expensive. I'm not going to lie. This is $52. I know a lot of brands are coming out with dupes. I have heard that Catrice has a dupe, and I've heard that e.l.f. has a dupe, and I have not personally tried them, but I'm gonna. Bet your ass, because $52 is very expensive for a primer. Like, but when I tell you it makes your face look flawless, I'm not kidding. Like, it fills the pores. It makes you look like just you have a smooth canvas to put stuff on. Like, I don't know. It makes such a big difference. I love it so, so much. And I'm going to go on a mission this year to find a dupe for this. I have to. I have to, because $52 is insane. I mean, I'm the first person to be like, listen, Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona, I think that you're so amazingly talented, but paying $100 for a freaking eyeshadow palette is wrong on so many levels. So I don't like super expensive makeup for the principle of it. I think it's bullshit. That said, though, when there's a product that makes such a big difference in my skin, because to me, like, the look of my skin is the most important thing. I mean, I can use any eyeshadow and make it look good, but like skin, like, it takes a little bit more effort on my part. So I'm willing. I cringe, but I'm willing. All right, let's jump back to powders. So you guys already probably know what I'm going to say. If you watch my videos, you already know. The best powder on the face of the planet is this. It is Urban Decay Velvetizer. Nothing lasts as long. Nothing fills the pores and blurs them out as well. This powder has changed my life on every level. I don't really know what to say. Like, I have large pores, and you can't hide a large pore. You can't. Like, pore minimizing, all the products that claim to minimize your pores don't. Or they might a little, but like, I don't want to minimize them. I want to erase them. Like, let's be real. Like, I don't want you to see my pores. I want it to look like a flawless, smooth canvas. And like right now, I feel like I look as close to having no pores as I will ever in my life. And I really give most of the credit to this product. It's life-changing. It is a mix-in medium. It is meant to be put in foundation, and you can mix it into your foundation to give it like a more velvety finish if you have like something luminous and you kind of want to tone that down a little bit. But I've never used it like that. I strictly use it as a powder, and it's nothing. I've tried other powders. I really have. I thought that the Pretty Vulgar powder that I tested in my BoxyCharm video last month was gonna be real close. It is at first. It blurs, but then it fades. And it doesn't have the staying power. And I made that mistake. I took a trip, and I had to do something on camera, and I used the Pretty Vulgar powder, and it did not last the day the way this does. So, yeah, no, still the reigning champion. And then the other powder I used a ton this year, the second half of the year, is the Glossier Wowder. I actually put this in Disappointing Products, I think back in the spring or summer, because it didn't blur my pores. I tried to use it the same way I use Velvetizer, like putting it over the center of my face to try to minimize pores, and it didn't. So I didn't like it. But then I started using it to just set my face, and then I started loving it. So this powder I really liked. I also want to say that like all the selections that I've made are based on products I've tried. Like, everyone talks about the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I haven't tried it. It could blow my mind, but I don't know because I haven't tried it yet. All the products I have here are curated based on what I've tried this year. So, I just want to put that out there. All right, so what's next? Bronzer. So I only have one bronzer that was like, holy shit, that I came across this year, and it is by no means a newly released bronzer, but it was new to me, and that is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. My favorite bronzer, well, my favorite all-time bronzer is still the Pure Cosmetics bronzer that they discontinued, that my heart is still broken. It's like the Glow Together bronzer. It was the freaking best bronzer on the planet, but they discontinued it. Then I was using the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Bronzed Bondi. I think that might have won last year. I still love that one. It's still one of my favorites. But I came across this one, and I was like, holy shitballs. Like, there is a reason why this is a cult favorite. It looks gorgeous on the skin. Gorgeous. The only downside is it smells like a pina colada. I don't like scent in my anything that's going on my face. Makeup, skincare, like I don't like scent in products, period. Because I just feel like there's chemicals making that scent that should not be on my face. I know a lot of people like scented stuff. I don't. Not because I think it's unpleasant, but really just because of what's in it. But that said, I overlook it because this bronzer is that good. Okay, and for blush, there were two. I have the Mally Beauty Highlighting Blush. This one, I did an entire video on this Mallywood collection. Look at this packaging, okay? It is pink and gold glitter, like, so beautiful. And then the blush itself is just so strange when you look at it. It's got all these colors, and it's even got like a highlight shade in there. It's not super shimmery, but it is like a tiny bit glowy. But when you swirl your brush around in this and put it on your face, I have it on my face right now. It just gives the most natural flush to the skin. It looks really natural. My camera shut off. Yay. So it's not too pinky. You would think that it would be by looking at it because there are like that deep dark pink shade and then purple. But it, like, 'cause I don't really like pinky blushes. It translates just to a very like skin-like natural blushed effect, if that makes sense. Because I typically lean to peach blushes, not pink ones. So I didn't think I was going to like this at first, but I have it on and you can see like it doesn't look super pink at all. It just looks very, very natural. So love that one. And then the second one that I fell in love with was from Note Cosmetics. This is their blush in Desert Rose. I wore this pretty much on my channel since I got it. I got it in a BoxyCharm. I've talked about it so many times. I love this blush. This color is so stunning, and I prefer a peach blush because it just goes with whatever eye look I decide. But anyway, I just love this. It has staying power. You know, blush tends to fade before any other makeup on your face, and this one, it really stays put. I love it. I was not familiar with Note Cosmetics before this product. That's why I love BoxyCharm, you know? Like, you get to like try new things, and they have really good shit. But anyway, this blush I love. Okay, for highlighters, I have a few. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is also from that Mallywood collection. This is the Waza What's Up Ombre Highlighting Trio. It has 3 highlights in there. Can we talk about it? I mean, look at the packaging. Look at this packaging. It's like gold, glittery gorgeousness. There are 3 highlighters. One is a cream, and then you have 2 powders, and they have on here kind of instructions in a way, because this one is called Soft, and this is going to give you that skin-like glow, you know, that like Glossier type of a glow, where it just looks like dewy but not sparkly at all. So that's what you'll get with this. This one is a medium glow, and then this one is a strong glow. So what I like to do when I'm feeling real sassy, I have these 2 on today. I put medium and then I topped it with strong, and it's beautiful. I mean, it really is. But you can really control the level of highlight with this, and that's what I love about it. But when I'm feeling really like I want that highlight though, I put the cream and then I pile the powders on top, and I just do it in a 1, 2, 3. Like, this will go over powders no problem with your finger. You just swirl it around, warm up the product, and then tap it on. It's so beautiful. I love this. And you might be thinking like, those pan sizers are tiny, but like, I haven't even really put a dent in them, and I use them all the time. So I really like that. The next one, this one is from Pixie by Petra. This is the Glossimer Duos. This is in Subtle Sunrise. They have another one called something Dew, Delicate Dew. That one's more pinky. This one is more peachy champagne. This reminds me of the Fenty highlights, the Kilowatt highlights or whatever. This is so beautiful for the price. Like, I don't know if you guys are gonna see, but like, it is so reflective. It is so beautiful. For like a drugstore highlight, like, I really wasn't expecting this to be as bold as it was. I feel like Pixi is, a lot of their makeup is like a little on the understated side. Not all of it, but some of it. I love Pixi. They're one of my faves, but I was not expecting this highlight to be like this, and it blew my mind, and it is super affordable. Highlights are one of those things that you're like, do I need another one though? You do. This palette. Okay, this is the Spotlight Petite Highlight 6 color palette from BH Cosmetics. I did a review on this in my Royal Affair collection review. This came out, it was a holiday collection. I got it in the fall. I was not prepared. This is so good, and I've talked about it a bunch of times. Basically, this shade here, it looks super dark in the pan, but that's the shade I actually use all the time. It translates much more like champagne than bronze, even though it looks bronze in the palette. It's sort of weird, but these are so freaking, like, you put this on and yeah, you're gonna be seen from outer space. Like, it's so, I cannot believe how freaking pigmented and glowy these are. I was not expecting that from this, but like, it's been the year of BH Cosmetics as well. Like, BH Cosmetics has just blown my mind. I've reviewed so many products from them on my channel this year, and they're just so good. Like, I haven't found one product that I'm like, this sucks. Like, none. Everything that I've reviewed has been like, whoa, whoa. Like, really. So I just love this. This was $22.50, I think, brand new, but they are constantly having sales. I feel like I need to clean this off. It's like so dirty. They're constantly having sales. Like, this was on sale like last week for $10. So, I mean, BH, like, you don't have to pay full price, and they're already an affordable brand, but they are constantly having sales. So I really recommend, if you see this, grabbing it, because it is so good. And then the last highlighter I want to mention is from the, you know, the master of highlight, if you will, and that is from Becca. I couldn't go without mentioning a Becca highlight because I still feel like they reign supreme when it comes to highlights. This one here I got in the beginning of the year. This is, I believe, a limited edition. This is called the Royal Glow. It's a shimmering skin perfector formula, just like the rest of them. But this one, it's like such a beautiful shade, unlike anything they have. It's kind of like if Champagne Pop and Opal had a baby, this would be it. It's not as peachy as Champagne Pop, but it's not as champagne light as Opal. You know what I mean? It's somewhere kind of in between. But I really enjoyed it. I wore it a ton this year, and this formula is still one of my favorites. And the last step to my face routine is setting spray, and they're just, no one has come out to beat this guy. The Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray is still the best setting spray ever created, in my opinion. I've tried a lot of setting sprays, and nothing holds my makeup as long as this. When I put this on, my makeup's not going anywhere until I wash it off. Not only because it has amazing staying power, but because I'm using all these long wear products, and then I'm locking them in with this. So it's like the final step in 24-hour makeup. I can assure you that this makeup on my face right now would stay for 24 hours and still look this great if I put it to the test. I'm not going to do that because I like to sleep, but I can assure you that I've worn it for like 18 hours and had it look amazing, like all these products. Because I usually put my makeup on and that's it. I leave it on Like, if I'm going out tonight, I'm going out with this makeup. Like, I'm not touching my makeup up again. It's just not happening. It's just not how I roll. I usually will just put on my makeup and that's it. That said, I put on makeup every single day because I love makeup. But anyway, this setting spray is the best. If you haven't tried it, you need to. If you're not using setting spray, I don't know why you wouldn't, because your makeup is not gonna move. You're putting in all that hard work, like why wouldn't you want to lock it in place, right? Okay, you guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. These were the best face products in my opinion for 2018 that I used, the things I reached for over and over, the things that wowed me, the things that I was like, I love this, like that got me excited, that made me want to put makeup on, you know? In terms of skin products, I can't wait to get into eye products because, you know, eyeshadows are like my favorite thing ever. So that's going to be a fun video. And then the lips, I mean, I'm pretty predictable when it comes to lips. However, there were some really cool products that came out this year that I definitely fell in love with. So we'll talk about those in the next couple of videos. So let me know what your favorite face product was from 2018. Were any of these, did you try any of these products I mentioned? What did you think? And I want to know what your favorites were because, you know, I'm always trying to expand and try as much as I can for you guys. And there's definitely things that I have not tried. So let me know what your favorites are. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload a video. Follow me on social. My handle is @GlamLatte. And don't forget the Glam Latte Beauty Podcast. All the details are in the description box down below. You don't want to miss out on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.